Hey guys, ZAMASU Ezا here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to do the team building guide for the Tech Goku Black and ZAMASU EZA. There's no page up for it on the wiki yet for some reason, even though there is one for the Trunks and Mai. And according to the information from Dokkan Info, which usually comes straight from the data download stuff, both the EZA should be coming out at the same time. So I'm not sure why the site has one up but not the other. But I've already done the Trunks and Mai one. That one probably went up before this one. It's going to follow the same like standard, right? It's an LR EZA, so it's going to be 10 stages. You get 3 stones for beating each stage, so you still get 30 stones in total. You get all the medals that you need to EZA them. You'll get 5 Tech Kais, so you can get them up to SA25. And obviously being an LR EZA, the Link Legendary Power is going to enable you to do extra damage, so the more LRs you have, the easier it's going to be. And then the Speciality category, which as you can see on screen is Battle of Fate, is the one that allows you to take less damage. So any units not in the Battle of Fate category will take more damage. Now obviously you could bring certain, I guess, like int units who are not Battle of Fate, and they would probably still be able to hang in there, but in the later stages especially, and if it's a super attack, they will still take quite a bit of damage compared to units who are in the Battle of Fate category. So, with all my team building guides, as always, I will be going over my top picks and honourable mentions. If there's any units you think I missed out or I should have talked about in more detail, let me know down below in the comment section. And of course, if you do find this guide helpful at all, do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So let's go ahead and jump straight in. Obviously, with these new EZAs or EZAs that come out during specific celebrations, a lot of the time they are themed around them wanting you to use the new hot unit that's just come out. So obviously that is the LR Father Son Gallic Gun, Trunks and Vegeta, because their leader skill is Bond of Parent and Child or Future Saga, and then the extra 30% to Battle of Fate. So they're a 200% Battle of Fate leader essentially. They are of course the best leader to use, not only because they have the highest leader skill, being the 200% for units that are in either of those two categories and then Battle of Fate as well, but the fact that they are also int, which means they have type advantage. They're a great slot 1 defensive unit regardless of the enemy typing, but you can obviously just put them in slot 1, let them cook. As long as you're building your team that has, you could build a team that has full Bond of Parent and Child or Future Saga without having your own copy of this LR, as long as they're all on Battle of Fate, and then bring this LR as a friend. That's probably still going to be one of the most effective ways to get this done, even if you are missing the unit themselves. Because remember, Bond of Parent and Child features pretty much every Goku in the game, and many Vegetas and Trunkses and stuff as well, right? So you can quite easily fit a leader skill, fit a team that will go with a friend copy of the LR, even if you do not have them yourself. So obviously, if you don't have them, if we're talking about the straight up Battle of Fate category, you can use the physical Super Saiyan 2 to Super Saiyan 3 Goku, or the STR Kid Buu, both of which have Battle of Fate 170 HP and attack and 130 to defense, or Goku has 130 to HP and 170 to defense. So I feel like Goku's probably the better option, just so you have that higher defense, maybe for the later stages. But either of these guys can obviously be used as a Battle of Fate leader. It's always best to try and use a leader that covers the whole category if possible, because then obviously you're a bit more free with your team building and you don't have to worry about fitting into other certain categories. Like we said with the LR, obviously the units would have to be in the Bond of Parent and Child or Future Saga as well as Battle of Fate, whereas if you just bring a Battle of Fate leader, you can bring any of the other units that you want. So obviously physical Super Saiyan 2 Goku is a great unit, still very good, still high in the list of TURs. Can get additional supers, can transform on turn 3, which you will easily be able to see in an EZA, especially in the later stages. And then once he transforms into Super Saiyan 3, he's probably just going to destroy the rest of the event very easily. So he is a top pick for the team, even if you aren't running him as a leader, because obviously he is on Bond of Parent and Child as well. And then I brought up this tab because the LR Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta, obviously he is on Battle of Fate. He also should be on Bond of Parent and Child, so he'd be getting the 200% lead from the LR, and of course he has legendary power, and if you run him with a Majin Buu Saga Goku, that's how you get his full potential, including his unit super attack. So obviously you could run these two together as a fairly effective setup in this event. So I thought it was worth mentioning him. Also obviously because he's an LR, so he's going to be very, very good in this event as well. And then Kid Buu is still, of course, very, very good. He's got the ability to stack up over the first few turns. He's not going to be able to use his active skill right away because it's not a Majin Buu Saga ally, so he does need to be hit 6 times. So you potentially won't get to see his active skill that much during this EZA, if at all. But he will still be very good. Obviously, he's one of the few non-Saiyan units that we're going to talk about, so you've obviously got to set him up well with a good link partner in order for him to really be at his best. But he's still a very solid unit, and of course a good option if you don't have another Battle of Fate leader. Next up, I thought we would talk about these guys. So the LR Super Saiyan 4s, obviously Global currently enjoying their release. They are on Battle of Fate, and they are both on the Bond of Parent and Child as well. So if you do have the Father-Son Gallic Gun, these guys are like the second pick, right? You put the LR as your leader, and then you put these guys on the team, right? Because they're super good. But you could also use them as a leader. A lot of fused fighter characters are in Battle of Fate. There are some GT Heroes characters in there as well. And then obviously if they have the Kamehameha category on top of that, they're going to be getting the extra 30% to the leader skill. So these guys could be used as a substitute leader. Otherwise, they're just a great unit to bring on the team regardless. Now that we have them on Global, even if you're a Global player watching this, we all have an idea now just how good this unit is. So they are obviously like an auto include on the team. You can't fuse into Gogeta until turn 4, which again is a lot less likely to see in EZAs, especially with some of these units that are so powerful that are going to be on the team. But, you know, if you do get the chance to transform, Gogeta probably is going to finish off the event right there and then for you. So, very, very good. We also have this guy. I thought I'd include him because not only is he Int, the Super Saiyan God Goku, but his leader skill is Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans. Now, it is only 130, but he does give 4 ki. You could use him as your leader if you don't have any better options. And then, of course, it's quite easy to build a full Battle of Fate team that is using full Pure Saiyans, and there are obviously some Hybrid Saiyans on there as well. So if you don't have anyone else, this guy could be a good leader. His defense is pretty good after he supers. He has that built-in chance to dodge. He's obviously not going to be like the best unit on the team, but he is still going to work very effectively. So he is a very good pick. He is on Bond of Parent and Child as well. So a lot of the, like I said at the beginning, a lot of these units are on this category. So using the new LR, Father-Son Gallic Gun, as the lead is going to be the most optimal choice. But this guy will be good on the team or good as a substitute leader if you do not have any other options. So then, of course, we move on to the other LR Super Saiyan 4s, not the duo, but the solo units. So we have Goku and Vegeta, both very, very good. I included the STR Goku here as well, because obviously the event is tech. So, say you only have this guy at 55%. Post EZA, obviously he is still very, very good. You could probably still just get away with using him anyway, right? But the STR one is not going to have type disadvantage. The LR does have the benefit of having legendary power, which is there for the extra damage. But again, if yours is like 55% and he's not getting crits, he's not going to be doing a lot of damage against the tech Goku Black and Zamasu. So remember, the big thing with EZAs is you cannot use units with the same name. So if you have this guy, Rainbow, full level 10 links, and you only have the LR 55%, you might find he's taking a bit too much damage in the later stages, so then maybe you want to run this guy instead. And then obviously Vegeta is very good. I didn't include his TUR EZA version because obviously he is AGL, so you're going to want to run the LR over the TUR. Not just for the legendary power, but so that you don't have type disadvantage. And both of these guys post EZA are good enough to be used in this event, even if you do have Goku at 55%, but they are definitely worth using. Then, of course, we have the Kaioken Goku, still currently only available on JP, but part 2 of the anniversary will be coming up fairly soon for Global. This guy is an absolute powerhouse, puts out tons of damage. Obviously, you're not fighting an enemy whose name includes Vegeta, so he's not getting his full buffs, but he is still a very, very powerful unit. After supering, his defense is great regardless. You know, it's only an Extreme Z battle, let's be fair. Even though the LR ones are slightly more difficult than the normal ones usually. This guy's not going to struggle. Maybe if he eats a super like in slot 1 or on stage 30, he might take a bit of damage. But considering how much HP overall this team is going to have, especially if you are bringing a lot of the LRs, the chances of him being one-shot by a super are very, very unlikely. So, also, his leader skill, All-Out Struggle or Final Trump card, I'm pretty sure you can build a full Battle of Fate team using that if you only have... If you're missing all of the other previous leader options that we talked about, you could probably get away with using him as the leader as well. So, and then is he like, yeah, see, he's on Bond of Parent and Child. Basically, every Goku from Z onwards should be on there, so he's going to fit nicely on the team as well. Then we have some extreme units. So we have the new AGL LR Golden Frieza. Despite being AGL, obviously, for those first couple of turns, because of all that damage reduction that he gets, and the fact that he raises defense on his 18-key super, like, he's still not going to take any damage in this EZA. Maybe in slot 1 on stage 30 from a super attack, he will take damage, but probably not even enough for you to get one shot. So if you have this guy, obviously he is a top pick. I don't know if I opened the pages for the other ones, but if you don't have the LR, obviously the TUR AGL Golden Frieza or the Tech Golden Frieza are going to be good options defensively as well because of all that damage reduction. You just have to be aware of the HP restriction, otherwise they're not going to have that damage reduction, but he's going to be a very solid defensive unit. We also have the Perfect Cell, the Int LR Cell. He has type advantage, he's on the category, he has that useful HP recovery. If you get to 30% or less, he gives you a full heal and then transforms into Perfect Cell. He's not the best unit overall, he's looking a bit outdated nowadays, but obviously if you are lacking options in the Battle of Fate category and you want to bring an extra Int unit for that extra type advantage, then this guy can be very useful as well. Then we have the new Resurrection of F Blues, one of the more recent Dokkan Fest exclusives on JP. These guys are obviously going to be very, very good as well. Type advantage, they're on the category, they're a very powerful unit, and they're going to fit well on the team with a bunch of the other Saiyan units. So these guys, I feel like, are pretty much an auto-include as one of the non-LR units if you're not just stacking your team full of LRs. Because obviously, if you have like all the super type LRs that we've mentioned so far, that team alone will obviously steamroll through this event fairly easily. Another GT unit, we have the Int Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. You could bring the Tech one as well, because obviously the Tech one has his EZA on JP, but the Int one has type advantage. It gets most of his power in the first few turns, so obviously for an EZA, he is a very, very good option. And despite not having Saiyan Raw, like, he's going to link up well with the other Super Saiyan 4 units if you're bringing them. So he's going to be very good. I mean, you would probably just use the LR Super Saiyan 4s from the anniversary anyway, but technically you could use this guy as a lead because all of the other Super Saiyan 4s from the Shadow Dragon Saga are on Battle of Fate. And then Shadow Dragon Saga itself, I didn't actually bring him up as an honourable mention because he doesn't really have a lot of good link partners, but physical Omega Shenron is on Battle of Fate as well, so if you ran this guy as the leader, you could run him on the team as well, so there are quite a few different options. Then we have this Int Vegeta, so he's really, really good after his EZA with the orb changing and everything. Obviously, his the fact that he has type advantage is going to help out significantly in this event as well. So he potentially is going to be a very, very good TUR inclusion on this team. So then we have the Super Saiyan God Goku, or Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku, I should say. The physical one changes orbs, which can be very useful for healing in an EZA, which obviously is something you can't do because you can't use items. Going to link up well with the other Saiyan characters. The orb changing helps out a bunch of the LRs as well, especially the LR Super Saiyan 4s. So he's a pretty good option. There's also the Tech Vegeta as well. And then there's the physical Vegito Blue. He definitely could be very good in this event. Gets off a bunch of supers, then gets the counters. He could be pretty good. He's on Future Saga and Battle of Fate. So obviously he's on the Father Son Gallic Gun 200% lead. So he could be very good. He's also on the LR Super Saiyan 4's 200% lead. So he could definitely be a very useful addition for the team. Even if you're just using him as a third slot floater, he can put out a little bit of extra damage, get some counters in, and then obviously he could be very, very good. So going back to Battle of Fate, let's see if there is anyone that we missed that we should have talked about. I tried not to cover too many of the AGL units. Demon King Piccolo might be okay as a free-to-play option, but obviously he doesn't have any good link partners on this team. LR Super 17 and the AGL Super 17. The LR one's probably better just because he doesn't have type disadvantage, but obviously, again, not really any good link partners. I think the LR Super 17 shares like 3 links or 2 or 3 links with the LR Super Saiyan 4s or something, but probably not the best. Same with ZAMASU, obviously being AGL. I try not to cover too many of the AGL units. The LR Great Ape Vegeta actually could be pretty good as well. LR Gohan, we should have covered him because he's an Int LR. And Namek Goku. I could have sworn I opened the Namek Goku page. Namek Goku will actually tear it up in this event because he's under the 200% leader skill. He will be really, really good and potentially a possible leader. I should have had his page opened up. He's definitely a top pick. And then, again, the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is pretty good. But in terms of TURs, I think I covered most of the ones that will be really good. We mentioned Vegeta briefly. We mentioned the Tech Gogeta, although I think the Int one is probably better. You could bring Cell to link up with the Int one. There's the Int Golden Frieza, who's better in longer form events, but obviously does have type advantage. Kid Buu, bit outdated now, but heals on Super, which is pretty nice. The only other Buu unit really on the team is the STR Kid Buu, though, who is much better, and you can't bring same name units. So I think we covered pretty much everyone who is a top pick or honourable mention. But like I said at the beginning, if there's any units you think I missed or I should have talked about more, let me know down below in the comment section. And also let me know what your team build is going to look like for this Extreme Z battle. I'm very interested to know what team you guys are going to run. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.